Having your first 3 games as divisional opponents, but so far the Chargers 2-0 in those first 2 matchups.
Lutz to Hampton at the 2, and here he goes, and smacked as he takes it up by JL. So a lot of confidence, 1st and 10. From the 31, devoured inside by last week in Indy against this defense. Over 8 yards per play on 1st down. Herbert, flag thrown. Look at the time. There's the throw.
There's 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Offside, defense number 0. That penalty's declined. Pass interference, defense number 9. The ball
in there, and a 1st and 10 for Herbert, and he gets the call here. Works his goal. Looking at blitz, here they come, 2nd down and 7. There's a look at
illegal formation.
Sean Payton.
Offense, 5 players in the backfield.
They need the Broncos 45. Pipkins the block at the right tackle, and they get the 1st down. And Johnston breaks free, and there he goes. Can Afunga get him? Chased by Surtain and out of bounds. Near.
Line up, get work outside and work on a curl. Just a little back shoulder throw. You don't want to bring him into coverage as they're trying to get the ball out. They forget the tackle's the most important thing. Watch, Surtain's got a chance there. He sees it come up, and Singleton has a chance to take him out. And instead, it just bounces to the outside. Johnson, great job of keeping his feet and working him down inside the 20.
Last week, the Colts offense generated 473 yards, 1st and 10. Johnston again, Surtain for Herbert. Into the nickel. Good time. Holding off Ellis was Pipkins to the end zone, incomplete. 3rd down and 9, game opening drive. Herbert to the air. They get through, wobbly throw, incomplete. Accurate kicker in the history of the NFL. The snap there, and a 3-0 lead for allowed by the Denver D. The ensuing kickoff is away. Mims from the 2. And first road trip for the Packers this year, and first loss outside Harvey. Bud Dobbins, who's now in motion, a former Charger. Harvey back there, 2nd and 7. Harvey the call. The rookie out of Central Florida. And Nix to the air, bowls with the block, right through the hands and in.
Connect.
Here's the rookie, Crawshaw, who's had 2 good games in a row. Davis back, signals for a lot of the. And Jim Harbaugh on the right, doing terrific jobs. Here's the handoff and a 1st down run up the middle. 2nd down and 3. Herbert again to the air, and incomplete, looking for man. Herbert's got a 3rd down and 3. Bronco defense have been good on 3rd down defense this season. Herbert in trouble. Nasty pocket. Down he goes. Jones again.
That 1st down.
J.K. Scott will punt. There goes a flag, and here goes the punt. It is high. Deep back is the All-Pro Marvin Mims. Fair Green Bay.
Offside. Defense number 15 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
That is. Running back is Hampton. The pitch out on 1st and 10. Lead blocked by Matlock, and he's down the sideline. And 1st and 10. They come around with Ellis. Herbert gets away. Dropped another flag thrown.
Offense number 73.
There by Riley.
Beckton over here, 73. Implement some of that into the game plan.
It's 2nd down and 20, and Herbert will go to Johnston. And there to meet him.
To try and get some of that today.
Here comes the blitz. 2nd down, 14. Herbert getting away with a nice sidestep. Big time hit Afunga. And he's copied his play. And he showed it right there. 3rd and 15. Blocked by old Herbert, going deep and incomplete. There's a
trying to get out of the route, but because the ball was thrown higher up the field.
4th down.
Ball gets intercepted or knocked down, and they don't throw the flag.
Gene Steratore has agreed with you. Marvin Mims is deep back on the Scott punt. Retrieves it at the 7, hang of 5.58. Mims, All-Pro. Here he goes, blocking ahead. Finds a gap, down the sideline. Rookie Harvey's in the backfield, getting the pitch on 1st and 10. Oh, Redwell, there goes the Mac, dislocating a elbow last
number
week.
82.
See him right there at the top of your screen with the arm around.
Cross pass. On the 29, 1st and 20. with the handoff here. J.K. Dobbins.
Looking forward to today's matchup against his old team.
It's second down and 20. Bowles a block at the left tackle, but they come up the middle. There was pressure on the play by Murphy, and outside it goes and in. Harvey the back. They need the 49. Third down and 20. It's off to Harvey. Blocked by Miners. Powers will try to get a block. Who played at Florida. And deep back is Darius Davis. And he'll retrieve it on a back pedal at the 12. And here goes the return man for the Chargers. Who
under Sean Payton over with the Broncos. In 2 of those years early in Herbert's career, he was the OC here in L.A.
Oh, they come on the side. Benny. This season, he's number 1 in the NFL in quarterback pressures. Second down 18. Herbert up the middle. Time in Herbert's career. Third down and 11. They come up again. Grabbed and brought down. Cooper. 3 already, and 1 by Cooper and 1 by Benito, with the punt here by Scott.
And Kevin, you can't do all that unless you have good coverage downfield and make the quarterback hang on to the ball.
Good point. Mims from the 30. Mims will swerve. Mims steers his way into Charger territory. Dobbins the back. Prentice is the fullback, 1st and 10. He got away from James, and then here comes the entourage. He's one of the best in the NFL. Second down, 13. Here comes Dupree. There goes the pass. 13 into the nickel. Nix up. Out. Knocked away. Beautiful.
The boundary, though, because watch how St. Juice is able to recover their ball placement, but great reaction by St. Juice to knock that down.
3 Denver possessions, 3 Denver punts.
To be able to make that kind of reaction, a double move by the receiver if you have time could be big up the field.
Najee Harris on 1st and 10. Hasn't been active this year. He's now on IR. Pass coverage being missed. Here's the chase by Jones and Ellis on the 2nd and 6 by Herbert. Whacked
up his cardio, and Jim Harbaugh told us he's actually gotten an entire mile per hour.
It's 3rd and 1, and they send Harris up the middle, and you can see Dondre Tillman there. Jim Harbaugh in his unbeaten first place Chargers lead it 3-0. It's a battle in the AFC West. 2 of the best teams in the AFC. Let's go to the 2nd on CBS.
In that quarter.
Just got a first down as we're closing out the first quarter. Here is Harris, rather Megan Hampton, who takes Jim Cornell, our director, getting our game up and running. Second down, 9. They got McConkey in the middle. McConkey had a 1,000-yard season a year ago. 1st and 10. Harris swerves, then gobbled up by Herbert again, and here he's being chased by Allen and others. Downfield, they get him again. This tip of 11. Good throw to the 49, first down.
How about that throw on
games? First NFL reception. 1st and 10. Harris, Submarines. On this second down and 6, and he's caught downfield. Caught there. Now with a knee injury. Gaston, a rookie. Faking the jet sweep. Hampton right here. 1st and 10. Big acquisition on defense, and he has been able to help. Second down and 9. Herbert blocked by Alt. Here's the time and the toss. And it's incomplete. 3rd down and 9. Hampton the back. And they bring 5. Hit as he throws. Deflected it. Intercepted. It's picked off on the play. Brandon Jones on the ricochet. McConkey can't get him. Hampton will force him out of bounds.
It's around the legs of Justin Herbert, so it causes the inaccurate throw, the tip, the interception. Broncos the other way.
In game.
Well, it's Franklin Myers that gets around the legs, causes that little bit of a twist of the torso there. Moss gets a hand on the ball, and then the interception by Jones. You see the season.
Nix, 2 of 6. There was a block by McGlinchey, and outside he goes on
the right sideline.
Sean told us this week it'll be important to get Sutton involved early in this game. Here is a 1st and 10. The
score down the field.
2nd and 5. And Dobbins knocked around like 3rd down and 5. Running back is J.K. Dobbins. Time. Throw. Cut it. There he is. Sutton again. That week 6, week 1. Franklin on the move. 1st and 10. And here comes Nick. Look out! Down he goes. Hit on the play. And Dobbins will run it and tackle behind the line of scrimmage by Nix is 4 of 8. He looks into the nickel. They flip it back. Going deep. The flea flicker, and he's got him. He's got been inside the 20. Here he goes again with another punt. Davis, and caught at the 13, dancing a bit. Hang time is 5 seconds. Getting a block, finding a lane. Crawshaw back there, and there is Bidet, knocks him out with
so far today.
That was Jesse Minner and Vance Joseph, and here's a handoff. And it goes to Najee Harris. Throw right there. Harris in the backfield. Second down, 4. Down he go. Holding on to that calf. And there goes Quentin Johnston. Grabbed by.
Well, we're just going to show this one time. Here's Harris. Watch the left ankle. You see the telltale sign of an Achilles injury. And
who's there with Matlock as the fullback. And on 1st and 10 handoff, he is brought down.
How the Chargers handle this moving forward.
Second down, 7. Hampton again. Oh, he finds a... Outside quickly. Read well, but may not be necessarily the case today, but this has been a very efficient first down team. Here's Darius Davis, a block by Hampton and tackled from
things, but he loves calling things on 1st and 2nd down.
There's a 2nd down. Got away from Tillman. And caught! What a grab! Flag thrown! Johnston inside the 5.
Force. Well, Johnson just working across, and then he sees Herbert start to scramble, so he peels it upfield. They're going to call the penalty on Moss, but Johnson, great adjustment. This is where the size comes into play, and Herbert realizing what he has in the receiver, and Johnson put it up high. And Johnson just coming down with it.
Pass interference, defense number 2.
Left leg, waiting to get final word. Here's a 1st and go after the PI. Into the end zone, incomplete. Johnston on the move. Hampton gets the call. Touchdown with ease.
Action in the backfield. Watch the quick flash fake to Johnston, and then it's running behind. He's going to be carrying the bulk of the load the rest of the season.
This will be Harvey. He'll take it from the 2 for Denver. Mims with the block. Harvey with the run. And the tackle made.
2 first downs. So they've got to get something going before the half. They get the ball first coming out in the second half.
1st and 10, moving up underneath. And there's, as the coach told us earlier this week, 2nd down, 2. Nix calmly and incomplete.
Scrimmage, but
you're crafty. 3rd down and 2.
Thank you for picking that up.
Here's Nix. And caught for the foot.
Now down around a minute.
Here they go again. Bowles the block. And to the air, Nix. And Wattenberg. Oh, here they come. With a drive by Still. As he
had to scramble to his right.
Bidet the back. 6 defensive backs. Nix on the move. Cutting, driving. James shoves him out of bounds. Shy.
If you ultimately decide to snap the ball and go for it, which they do.
4th and 2. The fake to Dobbins. They got him downfield. Look at him. They got Sutton. That's 6. Touchdown, Denver. What a play.
Here on the play fake. Watch the play fake on the toss, the rollout, and then you lose backside. There's no one there. That's why I got a little excited and jumped into your call there, Kevin.
With a touchdown pass after 3 last week and now 4 for the season. And Sutton was wide open. My goodness.
3-point game.
Haskins is now back there, and he'll take it at the 2 with Hampton getting a bigger load with Harris out. And here, nice big hit. It's 1st and 10. Alt the block at the left tackle, crumbling pocket, low throw, incomplete. Hampton, 2nd down and 10. They bring 4. And Herbert winding up, going deep for Johnston, broken up by Surtain and 10.
Kevin, I think there's 2 separate holding penalties in the backfield
but
on the Chargers.
Holding. Offense number 68, 10-yard penalty.
Now,
2nd down.
Flag up the field.
2nd down, 20 to go. Hampton got by Singleton, shoved out of bounds by.
The Broncos still have 2 timeouts.
3rd down, 15. Hampton the call. Nick Saban's punter at Alabama. And Mims wants the fair catch, backpedaling to the fence to go on a 52-yard touchdown pass to a wide open Cortland Sutton. He ended up with the then San Diego Chargers when he was 38. Broncos are going to get the second half kickoff.
Completion. really got them right back in the game, and now they get the ball first coming out in the second half.
Here they go. Mims from the 2 for the Broncos, coming in at 1-1.
This time.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have one for you later. All right.
It's a 1st and 10 handoff, and look at turning the corner, going now. Dobbins. It's a foot race by the former Charger downfield, and then belted out of play as he
Make the adjustments. We need to get the run game going. J.K. Dobbins, -7 yards in the first half.
There he goes again. Season as they revamp their running attack from the 19, 2nd and 4. The pressure, the McGlinchey block. Nice catch made with the stiff arm. Dobbins inside the 5, diving, touchdown!
The angle to see is there green between
Yes,
the shoes. There it
there.
is. There'll be
And-
another one coming up here.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh.
There it is.
The big touchdown to end the first half, and a touchdown run of 19 by Dobbins. Coming back to a place where he used to play. They let him go. Denver reels him in, and he reels in a touchdown.
With -7 yards at halftime, but coming out here in the second half, now up to 59 yards rushing with those 2 big runs.
Darius Davis, who's got a bit of a knee injury, yet is out there returning kickoffs right here. Here he comes. Oh, drive free. It's a fumble, and the scrum you gone back. It's Denver's ball.
Well, this game looked to be in total control. Watch the punch out right there by Ellis. Skinner's able to get on top of it, but it's Ellis. You're right, Kevin. With that right arm, punches it out. What a turn of events here since
Momentum. A complete swing from the 30. Draw play, Dobbins, not much there. Empty backfield, blocked by Bowles. Knicks with time, going for it all. Incomplete to Mims. You saw Jesse Miller, here's the defensive coordinator. 3rd down and 8 out of the backfield. That was Mims on a deflected ball, and he's shy of the first. On a fumble on a kickoff return for the Chargers. It's good, nails it through. Lutz hit. They've got 2 takeaways, including an interception and that fumble retrieval moments ago with the ensuing kickoff and taken by Davis, who's not 100% physically, and clubbed right there at the Chismell was just mentioning. Matlock with the block. And they go to Hampton. And quickly for chief statistician Brian Taylor. 2nd down, 9, Herbert to the air, and again underneath. Checking off to Hampton. Cooper couldn't get him.
Illegal contact. Defense number 2.
hands are on him. Here they are right in the slot. Oh, that was actually Moss. So number 2 there on Quentin Johnson on the outside.
Probably could from the 31, 1st and 10. Hampton getting a block, slashing inside, and then stopped him for Baltimore and John Harbaugh. Here's a 1st and 10. Herbert, Alt sticking with his block, incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense number 9.
Fonga comes in late.
1st and 10 for midfield for Herbert. 11 at 21. Hampton the call. And he's stoned behind the line.
Holding. Defense number 98.
Underneath they go, and 6 for Herbert. Number 2 passer rating coming into today. Hampton out of the backfield. That was right.
You just have to cause a little bit of hesitation.
1st and 10. Hampton head down, the former high college All-American here, now a Charger. 2nd down, 6. The block by Haskins on Cooper. Herbert wanted to go deep and then goes to the other side. And good
Keeping
position.
Allen on Moss up top, Kevin.
It's Herbert to the air. They go underneath. It's caught by McConkey. Today had 5 against the Raiders Monday, 6 in Brazil against the Chiefs. 1st and 10. Blitz is on. Heavy pressure, low and
Compressor and get 3 sacks on Herbert.
Hampton in. 2nd and 10. 5 on the rush. Pass incomplete.
Hand on the ball.
3rd down and 10. Herbert to the air. Blocked by Alt down the middle. It's caught by Johnston. Has the 1st down. Banged up.
Keep the pass underneath, but then you've got to be close enough to where you...
2 tight ends. 1st and goal. Hampton. All the block. Gaston a block. Hafunga had a hand on him and he broke. 2nd down and goal for Herbert. To the air. 4-man rush. Being chased. End zone. Incomplete. Goal. To the end zone. Incomplete. Coverage there. A 17-0 run by the Broncos. Cameron Dicker. It is good. News is the longest touchdown pass for the Broncos on 4th down since 1978. Mims from the 5. And he brings it up for the Broncos. And then that's Franklin on the move. Knicks to the air. Up the middle they come. Here's Franklin. Got a block on the play from Powers, and then the back. With a 2nd down and 9, Knicks to Harvey. Flag is thrown, and then stop behind the
Illegal formation. Offense number 72 was left uncovered. That penalties decline. So the play is 3rd down.
Knicks to the air. They rush 4. Crossing pattern Harvey. Nice open field tackle. Right. Good hang. Gets up a rocket. Fair caught, backpedaling at the a Denver punt. Chargers have it 1st and 10. Here they come. Benito!
Standing so far this season, but of that one, they ran right around it.
2nd down, 18, going deep and incomplete. Look.
Let's see if the Broncos just drop back in coverage, rally up and tackle. You would think that's what they would do.
4-man rush, 3rd and 18. Underneath they go. Hampton with Singleton and a beat on him. And
Rashawn Slater, and then Becton now out, so Salyer in.
J.K. Scott, Mims, fair caught on a knee, allowed. 1st down and 10. Knicks, good block over there by Bowles. Knicks on the move. James will make sure he gets
the injury along the offensive line, continued injuries along the offensive line.
Look at the hole by the corkscrewing Dobbins up the
An IR.
He's better with one arm tied behind his back than a lot of guys are with 2. It's Dobbins here, 1st and 10, takes the run. He's average school running back in Temple, Texas. He said that is something that I always tried to do. Knicks right here, 2nd down and 6, 3rd and 9, zeros on the 3rd quarter clock. Unbeaten in 1st place, LA, the Chargers, trailing Denver at 1-1 coming in. 17-13 Broncos. Let's go to the 4th on CBS. Go to the Broncos, at least head to head. 3rd down and 10. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Here's a throw, bobbled, caught on the ricochet, Crow! And he's going to be close to the 1st down. Wow.
You just hold your breath. Anytime a ball gets tipped up in the middle of the field, it's dangerous.
Wow.
And
Man.
yeah, 2 of 9 on 3rd down. They decide to go for it. James with the arm to knock it up in the air. Crow getting it.
Here we go. Harvey the back. Knicks. And it's caught for the 1st down and more. Stiff arming, 10-yard line. Sutton flop.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 32.
Game. You see the face mask right there by Gilman.
That's the 2nd big 4th down catch today for the Broncos. Harvey out of the backfield. 1st and goal. Knicks powers a block, and he's 2nd down and goal. Mims. Knicks. Bowles a block. End zone. Incomplete for Franklin. The former Steeler.
Pass interference. Offense number 11.
Watch, Franklin's going to come out and make contact, and then he goes up, and he's the 2nd receiver. That's actually where the ball comes in. And
Knicks through the air, 12 of 21. Here they come with 4. Knicks on the run. With a beat on him right there, 1 for 9. Sutton a catch and run for 22. 3rd and goal. Here they come with a 4-man rush to the end zone. Bobbled, incomplete. Lutz from 26 to extend the lead, and does. 20-13 Broncos. And the ball teed up at the 35. It'll be taken at the goal line by Darius Davis. Makes a swerve. Ellis will bring him down.
and you're already calling your games there?
I started, when I was 12. Yeah. 1st and 10. Big run, Hampton up the middle. And 3. Johnston on the move. And they dump it off, and Conklin can't hold up. And the Broncos bring 4, and the throw caught. It's a 1st for the Chargers. This is a 1st and 10 with the fake to Hampton. Deculus the block. Herbert on the move. Sidearm. Eck Second down and 4. And underneath they go. Allen's got it. And corralled on the play by
First action at tight end has had a productive day as well.
Decula's in at that right tackle still. It goes outside Hampton.
The defense arrest.
It's 1st and 10. Hampton on the draw. Got a nice block inside. Timeouts, 3 apiece, 2nd and 4. They bring the blitz with Ellis. Herbert evades. Chased by Allen. And thrown away. Goodness. 3rd down 4. Herbert to the air. They got him again! Oh, they snuff him, bringing him down.
Franklin Myers dominating his man.
J.K. Scott. Marvin Mims is back. It will be in the end zone touchback to the 20, and that's where Denver will have it. Nix through the air, 12 of 22, 1st and 10. Dobbins the call, the cut, and then Cram 6. Pulls a block, flag is thrown, Harvey outside. Block out there by Crow, there he goes!
Offside, offense number 82.
You would see more
He's lined up right here.
11. Under 7 to go on the clock ticking. Here comes the blitz. Nix out of harm's way and throwing it away.
Personal foul, face mask, offense number 72.
Game in this young season. Yep, he's got the face mask of Murphy.
Well, he initially had Murphy by the jersey.
With Dobbins in, quickly throws outside for Franklin, gets away from Still, looking for a block from Wattenberg, and chips it. 5 in the secondary, 3rd down, 13, they need the 30. Good block, Bowles. Nix gets away from the defense, swerving and takes it up there. I think it
is where the knee comes down.
Knee.
The ball, yep, the ball is short. You can see the ball right there.
Excellent call. Just that close. Crawshaw. And they already signal for the fair catch, which is made. Timeout, down by 7. Herbert on 1st and 10. Matlock, a block going deep and incomplete for Johnson.
Well, first it's the pressure by Cooper, but you see the double move by Johnston.
Hufong versus secondary, 2nd down and 10. And it will be Hampton. And communication amongst the Bronco defenders. They need the 34. And the block by Pipkins. The catch by Allen. Good for the 1st down. Hufunga with the tackle. And there's a flag. 4 for the 1st.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 9.
You know, after last week's game, and been a number of them so far, no need to slam it, as you'd both be 2-1 and you'd have the head-to-head over the Chargers.
Hampton on 1st and 10, right into the gut. And
it's really almost like a 2-game lead, having beat every team in the division.
Hampton, 2nd down and 7. Here he goes, galloping free.
Were blitzing in the middle. They were both in the A-gap, showing inside. I just don't know who was supposed to have the swing to the outside.
1st and 10. 2nd down and 6. Herbert to the air. Pipkins the block at the right tackle. Got away from Allen. Herbert alive in the throw. Caught. Touchdown! Touchdown! Allen! What a play!
Get away. Watch Zach Allen here. Right up the middle. He's got a clean shot at him. Herbert steps up in the pocket and throws him away with one arm. And then the throw on the run to his left.
2nd consecutive game. Make it 3rd straight game with a touchdown reception.
See, this is a scramble rule I talked about earlier in the game. The receivers and quarterbacks work on this all the time. The route was an inside dig route. There's a hand to the face that wasn't called. He's able to get the ball out there. Moss is in position. Benito gets that left arm up. Herbert's able to drop his arm and sidearm it around Benito's outstretched arm. Find a spot to get it into Keenan Allen with Moss all over throw.
Let's see how Denver responds now, tied at 20. Another tight one for the Broncos. And here we go with Mims, who's grabbed and hit hard. Dobbins the back. Wattenberg a block. And here goes Nix. Chased by Dye. He'll swat at the ball. 2nd down and 10. They bring 4. Underneath it goes Dobbins. And stop. Nix. Deep. He's got him if he's on target, and it's off the fingertips of Sutton. And the punting unit for the Broncos takes the field.
Well, Sutton with a little out and up, and Jackson freezes on it and just barely out of his reach. Just 53 and 3 timeouts.
Crawshaw will punt. McConkey is back at the 22. And Cameron Dicker awaits. Herbert is 24 of 43 and a pass up the middle. And Herbert underneath. Bobbled, reeled in.
Catch on the day for Gadget.
First down and 10 with 3 timeouts. Herbert to the sideline, caught by Allen. Second down and 1. After the gain of 9. Hampton the call. Big run, breaks a tackle, and then GI first and 10. Hampton, rookie, and grabbed initially down for Denver, and it's second down and 12 for Herbert. That lack of block, caught inside the 30. McConkey continues to backpedal. As they just want to run some clock. Got it. 23-20. Zeros on the clock. It's over, and the Chargers remain unbeaten. Herbert has 8 consecutive completions in clutch time to win it for the 3-0 Chargers atop the AFC West. Trent Green, Melanie Collins, and Gene Steratore, Kevin Harlan saying goodnight from Los Angeles. The Denver Broncos fall to 1-2. The LA Chargers go to 3-0. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.